Welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak, and today I want to take and give you a quick tip on trail camera setup when you're, when you're not setting them over I don't know, mineral lick or something like that on your property. When you're out in the big woods and you're trying to set them up under natural conditions and capture what deer are moving through in natural environments, you got to find the right places for them. It's exactly like hunting. I never set a camera on a single trail. I don't set them on field edges. I'm putting them in places where I know I'm going to get the best opportunity to get as many deer as possible that travel through the area. So I'm looking for funnels and pinch points and intersections and hubs and that sort of stuff. And when you get out here in summertime, like right now, it's actually 4th of July day today. And I'm coming out, move these cameras to a new spot, and I just set this one up right here. And what we're at an intersection here. So this woods, as you can see, is pretty thick and nasty. This is a lot of the kind of stuff we like to hunt. I got rubs in here everywhere. I got trails in here everywhere. It's a great setup. And right now it's good because the way this time of year where I have it at, it's going to give me good opportunities. Now in the fall, I probably won't hunt this exact intersection right here because of the fact that it's more of a summertime use thing. But it's literally within 50 yards of where they will move once the foliage goes down and things change. But it gives me what's out here right now and lets me kind of get see what kind of deer are moving through. If there's any good bucks starting to come through the area, what's going on. It lets me know. It's fun. I have fun with the trail cameras, and this is how I use them. I quit using them usually about the last week of August, first week of September, and I don't use them at all during the hunting season. But during the summer, I like using them. It's a lot of fun for me. What I did, I got it set up here, just a simple camera setup. I got a stick behind it to control the angle. I do that a lot. So if I need it angled down more, I put a bigger stick behind it. If I need it less, I don't, or I put one underneath. Just depends, but that stick allows me to angle it. But in a second, I'm going to take you and put you right here where the camera is, and then I'm going to show you what's going on out here and why we pick these kind of places so that it all makes sense. But basically, you need to find, just like I said, when you're hunting, find the places that are going to bring the most amount of deer through the area that your camera is going to see it at. Camera doesn't have that much range. It has less range than we do as bow hunters, and there's going to be stuff that you're going to miss. Your odds are to get the most pictures are to put it in a place that gives it the best chance to capture as much as it possibly can. Here's what that looks like in this kind of an area. Here in big wood scenarios, I'm going to put you over here where that camera is and set you up here so that you can kind of see. Let me make sure I can see so I can show you here. All right, and I'm going to walk over here and I'll explain to you kind of what's going on. But basically, that camera is aiming right here is that center point where that camera is hitting. This is exactly where it's aimed at. And it's set up right now at probably about, I don't know, I'm going to say 20 feet from where I am right now. Reason it's here is we have back behind me there, that's a big bog. That's a huge bog where they're not going to really go through. They do got one finger that wraps out literally kind of right here behind us, which this trail that comes through here, right here, that I'm standing on, goes right here and wraps right in and heads right to that point over there. Then I got another great trail right here that comes right up through here, goes right through here, goes right up through this and goes that way, and it bypasses where this we're on a point or on an inner bend of this, so it's kind of working both sides of this where this outer bank of this bog comes out, and we're catching that intersection on both sides of it. And in an area like this where it's really thick, really nasty, really hard to use, in this time of year with the ferns being what they are, this gives us one of the best opportunities to be able to get pictures of deer that are going both this direction like this, that are coming across like this. In here, that's my only option. You know, it's not like I'm going to get random deer just walking anywhere through here. In this thick stuff like this, they're going to hit these trails. They're going to run this one, and this intersection lets me catch them going all different directions on that intersection. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Great place to set it up. I'll show you a couple other ones as we get into this, but big woods, thick, nasty kind of stuff like this is your best bet. Find a good trail intersection and get it set up on there. You're probably not going to be able to hit multiple trails. If there was a trail here and another one 10 yards out and one more 10 yards out, as you can see in this country, I'd never see them. I can't pick them up out there. They're too thick. So find the best intersection you can, set the camera up on that in these kind of scenarios. I'll show you some more. All right, now here's another setup. Very similar kind of setup, but again, we're trying to get as much activity as possible, yet maybe not in a spot where you're exactly going to hunt, but close to it. Here you can see I got a camera mounted right on this stump out in the middle of this bog, which as you can see is a pretty big bog. And I'm going to bring you back over here by the camera so you can kind of see why we picked this spot and what it is we're actually going for. So let me set you there where you'll be able to see like that, and let me even you out here a touch too so I can show you. All right, and basically now what we got here where we're at, you're right next to that camera right now. Right here I have got an amazing trail right here, an intersection. This trail goes straight across. It comes out of this little thick stuff there, heads right to this point. It comes right up through here. I have another one that comes right up through here and intersects with it. Basically, I already walked all over this and we got rain coming tonight, so I'm not worried about it. But I got another trail right here. So right here is this intersection that I'm at, where that camera's pointed. Right there is a major intersection. Then I have them where they come out of here and they walk straight across and they come out over here and meet with this is another little intersection here, but they go up by that pine tree. Then there's another trail that comes out over here and runs right on the other side of this stump, or this dead tree right here, right next to this little small one. It comes right through here. And then there's also one more trail that goes just on the other side of these two right out here between that one that's laying down and comes across. So I basically got 4 or 5 different trails that are coming where they're crossing this. Would it be, now during hunting season, it would probably mostly be nighttime activity that they're coming through here at. But this time of year in the summer, they like it. They bed out here. There's beds everywhere. Actually, there's a bed right there too and another bed right there. So they use these areas a lot during the summertime. There's not people out here messing with stuff. This bog we're in is pretty secluded and tucked away. It's not like anybody's going to randomly come walking into here. It's buried in here. You got to use a map to find it. But they're crossing from that side to this side. And now during hunting season, they'll actually stick to the edges of this. When these grasses are down and it's all flat in here, they'll run that edge perimeter, they'll run that edge perimeter, and they'll catch a couple of these where you got some trees that kind of give them a little cover coming across. Those are good spots. But right now, this time of year, any of this stuff, anywhere they want to is good, and they kind of pick their certain areas. Walking this, by taking the time to walk this from the middle of there all the way to this end, from one end to the other end, and making note of where these trails are and where they all are, you kind of put things together. And then you kind of figure out where they're meeting at, where they're going to get closest, and where you can get the majority of the trails covered with one trail camera. That's what I'm looking for right now. This stump out here in the middle of nowhere gives me the best opportunity to cover as many of these trails as I can within one range of one camera. Now, is there trails behind here I'm going to miss? Yes, there is. Could I set this other camera on there and point it that way and catch those? Yes, I could. I don't want to. I'm actually going to put this camera down at the other end over there at another spot I want to put it at. So, you know, you're limited to as many cameras as you got with what you can do. So, but this is a great little setup for that. Again, it's trying to maximize where the most deer will walk in front of that camera and let that camera trigger. Now, out in these scenarios like this kind of thing where you open sky, make sure your cameras are facing north or south kind of a situation, preferably north, but you don't want them east and west. Right now, we got east and west going this way, so the sun is rising and setting this way over here like this. So I'm never going to have that direct sunlight hitting into my camera. That gets kind of complicated. If this was east and west this way, that sun will blow out that camera and you'll never have any pictures till, you know, for that last hour of sunset till it's down, or in the morning, or vice versa. So try to not have your cameras facing east and west in an open area like this. And in the trees in the woods doesn't make any difference, but out here definitely face them north and south. So there's another tip for you, but that's basically it. When you're setting these trail cameras up, try to put them in places that you know the deer are going to go to, where you're going to get the most pictures of deer at. That's why people that hunt on farms and things like that with their trail cameras, they always put them on a salt block or on a mineral lick or a bait station or something, because they want to get inventory of the deer that are on their property, and that they can draw the deer to them. Out here in the wild, in the real woods, the big woods kind of thing like this, we don't have that luxury. Okay, at most places it's illegal to bait, period, let alone illegal to bait before hunting season. We don't have the option to actually try to bring the deer in the area to us. And even if we did, we don't have that many deer per square mile or in areas like they do in farmland that we can actually draw them in enough of them to see it. Our goal is to actually set up in areas that we know deer are going to frequently use. In the summertime, it's a lot different of areas than it is during hunting season, during the fall and during the winter. Usually not too far off. But as you see here, this time of year, they'll use this open area and not care one bit. This grass is good enough. They'll come through here all day long. They'll bed down in here. They'll use these runways. Once hunting season gets closer, pressure picks up, foliage comes down, this stuff starts to lay flat. They won't use this. They'll head into the things and you hunt different routes. So I'm not ruining my hunting spots by being out here doing this stuff. I'm close to them, but I'm not exactly in them. So it kind of gives you a good idea how to do this. And again, like I said, do it when it's raining or gonna rain. Right now it's beautiful. It's only 77 degrees. It's 4th of July here. It's pretty breezy right now, and they're calling for this it's going to actually blow in some rain tonight. It's supposed to come in here and hopefully wash all my stuff right out of here, so it won't even be an issue. And then I'll leave them out here for a week or two and come back and check them. But I hope you enjoyed this. That's kind of my tips and suggestions for camera setup when you're in the big woods and that kind of thing. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.